was it like playing your first game in Tiger Stadium? Not Tiger. Alex Box Stadium. There you go.
It was a lot of fun. I've never seen a crowd like this, and it was really cool to have everyone come out and experience it. And I'm happy, and it's going to be a lot of fun going on.
Seems like you guys were ahead on just out in front on a lot of pitches, especially outside breaking balls. So it's sort of tough to sort of adjust to, sort of that lower velocity on those outside pitches.
Yeah, I mean, they just made good pitches, and they're crafty. They knew their strengths, and they were going to pitch towards them. And it took a while to adjust, but later on you saw that, and we were picking the right pitches later on in the game, and you saw runs come in off that.
Yeah, back before your big hit at the end, you hit one way in the gap. I mean, center field. Did you think of like the guy caught it? You were like, you could see your body like, man.
Yes, sir. I thought that was going to go over his head. He made a great play. I didn't see it. I just saw him on the ground, and his teammates were picking him up for it, and it was a great play.
Can you talk a little bit about just how well, I guess, VMI played, and that Fletcher mentioned this earlier, that when it comes to this season, you're going to be like everybody's national championship, everybody's biggest target. How much of an example was that today?
I think it had nothing to do with us and what we did last year. I think they're a great team. They're an older team, and they did a lot of great things last year. They hit the ball well and ran the bases really well and caused a lot of havoc. And I think that's just them, and that's their identity. And they came out and played really good ball, and luckily we were able to go out.
Can you talk about that sixth inning? I mean, obviously, is I think 2 hit by pitches, 1 walk, and then obviously you come up with the big hit on the back end of that. Like, how big was that 5-run swing?
Yeah, that was huge. We didn't move our feet. Coach preaches it all the time. Don't move your feet. Help the team out in any way. You can score runs in a lot of ways. And then just when you're up there, not trying to do too much, slow the game down. And once the bat or the ball leaves your bat, you can't do anything about it.
Have you ever seen that many hit by pitches in a single inning?
I have not, no. I was telling Chief because we're on the plate, and I was like, I think that's the most I've been hit already since last year.
What did you see from Nate coming in and kind of taking control after giving up one?
Yeah, Nate's a really confident guy, and I think he carries that on the mound, and he knows his strengths, and he pitches right towards it, and he fires everyone up around him, and he didn't let anything get too big. Obviously, he's pitched in the biggest stage, and he just went in and did his thing.
Do you think some of the struggles earlier in the game with the pitching staff had to do with the fact they were just sort of falling behind hitters pretty early?
I don't think there was really struggles. I think VMI is just a really good hitting team, and we were making good pitches. There weren't a lot of walks, and they were just hitting it, and you got to tip their cap.
What do you make of, Paxton, out there in center field, just a really good athlete, been able to watch him since fall. Just how good can he be defensively?
He can be really good. He runs like a deer, and he's a leader out there, and he wants to call the ball, and you want that as a center fielder. You want him to be confident in his own ability to go call the ball in left, call the ball in right. We bicker about it and make little jokes, but he made some great plays out there.
You touched upon it a little bit, but your first year in the team, what have you sensed from Coach Johnson in terms of how important it is to get hit by pitches? And, that's been an emphasis, I think, since he's been here.
Yes, sir. I was lucky enough to be with him for 2 years, so his philosophy has always been like that, and it's about having multiple ways to win, and that's one of them, and that's a big thing, and moving the runners, and that's just all part of his game plan, scoring runs, and that's just what you saw today.
How comfortable are you out there in left? Is it a pretty easy transition for you?
Yeah, I played there my first 2 years, so it took a little bit just to get used to the angle, but it's been getting a lot more comfortable.
You talked about it being obviously your first year here. Is it hard to kind of push aside everybody making the comparisons, even though you weren't here last year? People are going to talk about what Skeens did and Cruz did, or what this team did in reference to this team, at least early.
Yeah, it's about the individuals in this room, and we preach that a lot. And yeah, we're going to recognize last year, but now we're moving on. It's a new season, and I see them all the time in the cages the last few months and stuff, and it's been awesome to get to know them. But we're attacking this head on for this year.
You talked a bit about the crowd, but just your initial reaction when you walked out there, like this is a season opener.
It was awesome. It was obviously not the best conditions, and they still packed it. And they were awesome fans in left. They gave me a little ovation and said hi to them. So it was a really cool experience.
Time for a couple more.
Gage, what did you see from him coming in and dominating?
Gage had an awesome fall when we came back, and he's been pounding it. And I actually faced him his freshman year at UCLA, so I got a little experience with him, and it was really awesome to see him go in and then pound zone.
There were a few other newcomers in the lineup tonight. Just how would you assess how they approached the day and how the game played out for them?
Yeah, I noticed that they took it as another day. No one looked like they were tensing up or anything, and to see Brown come in and his first AB, and it looked like another game in the fall, and he went up there and had a nice single up the middle, and it was awesome to see.
First time you've gotten to play with Coach Johnson in 2 years, so has there been any differences between playing with him now and playing with him then?
No, I mean, it's been awesome to be reunited again, and I'm happy and excited to finish this last year with him.